3 days ago, the town of Deepwood celebrated its annual Bark Day festival. Crafts of wood, vine, and produce still litter around the campground to the east. No one, however, is still there, for when the festival had reached its height and they offered their tribute to the woods as they do every year, the sun sunk beneath the trees, and for reasons unknown it has remained there, bathing the town in a half-light for days. The people have begun to talk. Did the festival go awry? Are the spirits of the forest angry? Or are there other forces at play? Rumors fly wildly about the town, but they came to a head today when a group of adventurers arrived in town. While drinking at the tavern, the friendly innkeeper asked them to head over to the logging camp to fetch some wood, and with the offer of free drinks, they happily agreed. Heading over, they find the town's supply of wood running dangerously low. When they go to check on the supposedly friendly woodsman, they find him dead, an axe in his chest, and a message written upon the walls carved in wood. Beware the trees, their limbs grow longer. As they read this, somewhere in the town, a tree, a supposedly ordinary tree, begins to move. Hey there, Mikowski with Toasted DIY, and today I just wanted to kind of throw together a Halloween-themed map. It's been on my mind, but I'm not going to be running a Halloween campaign, so I just kind of wanted to get out my ideas of what I might have run had there been a time for me to run a Halloween campaign, or just a little one-off. So I really liked the themes in that pumpkin town in Over the Garden Wall, if you've seen that. And I thought it was pretty interesting, so this was my kind of take on a town with something suspicious going on. I like this idea of a festival, but it's over. I have a bad habit of running festivals in my games. I just really like them. I say bad habit because I'll pretty much start every campaign and everything I can in a festival. I think it's a good way because they're like a cultural moment of the town for you to see what's going on and what the people are like and what they do for fun. So this is a few days after the festival, and I think your players are just passing through. And I think some good ways, if you're interested in running a Halloween-themed campaign or session, however you want to do it, this could be an interesting start, as I just like this idea of a treant, an evil treant that's going house to house and killing people. They find all the bodies on trees, and they realize all along, that it's the same tree every time. Might be a cool little plot twist. And they can either put it to rest, burn it, or whatever, but I just do find this idea of like a final fight in the middle of town with a tree that maybe has a person still hung from it, and it's fighting around, and it's the man who's hung, who's coming back for vengeance, was my initial thought. Someone's been hung on a tree, the tree liked this person, they were hung incorrectly, and now the spirit of the forest, this one particular, is angry, and there's this fight in the middle of town with a giant tree lumbering with a person still hanging, and it's it needs to be lit on fire, but it's going to burn down the village if they light it on fire, so they can't use the obvious answer to a treant. As soon as it catches a little bit on fire, it'll start smashing houses. So they have to. And treants have that siege breaker idea. So you could have them start on one side of the town and the fight progress down the middle of it. But this slowly unwinding idea, of course, you'd fill the town with people who are all nervous, scared, or creepy. In order to fit that Halloween theme, you could have a vampire character who's in town, or a vampire who's in there who seems like the obvious suspect. You could fill this however you want. If you're like werewolves, clearly you could do werewolf. It could be a vampire got angry with werewolf and convinced the town that he need to be hung, or, enthralled somebody, and now that person's dead, and the spirits of the forces don't take kindly. And maybe they can stop the treant peacefully if they just find the one who created this false murder, or if you maybe have a cleric of a high enough level, maybe there's a way to get a Revivify spell that will work even on a body past 3 days, maybe something like that. So really, you can go whatever direction you want. I just had this idea in my head, and I wanted to get it out in paper or some way, and so video is how it's going to go. So I hope you all enjoy. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. I think this is the best map I've made so far using Canvas of Kings. I really like the ability to darken it. That was kind of what prompted my whole Halloween-y ideas, was the fact you can make them dark and it shows those lights on. And I thought that's pretty cool, but how would I make it where, I don't need a light and day version of the map? Well, it's eternally twilight until they find out what to do. So, like I said, any questions, leave them down below, or any ideas for a future map that you'd like to see, or a future story you just think would be cool. If you have like an idea and you want me to write a little blurb about it and maybe make a map, let me know. Thank you all for watching, and peace.